Hello everyone, welcome back to the YouTube channel of Pabbly, your one-stop solution for business automation and growth. And today I am going to show you how you can automatically send webinar follow-up emails from Google Sheets using Gmail, wherein I am going to integrate these two different applications, Google Sheets and Gmail, with the help of Pabbly Connect, so that whenever any new row is added to my Google Sheets, an automatic webinar follow-up email will be sent to that particular lead through their Gmail ID. So if you are ready to learn how I am going to create this amazing automation, then let me take you right onto my screen. Alright, so now we are on my screen, and in this video I am going to create an amazing integration between Google Sheets and Gmail with the help of Pabbly Connect, so that whenever any new row is added to my spreadsheet, I want to send an email to that particular lead with the help of Gmail. So today I am going to integrate these two different applications with the help of Pabbly Connect. So now let me just give you a quick real-time example of how this workflow will work. And for that, I just have to go on the form that I have created and attached on my website. So this is the form that I have created for webinar for editors. Now I'll quickly fill up this form. And here you can see I have filled up the details like name as testing user, email ID as testing@pabblytudes.com. I have filled this dummy mobile number like this, and for this question, how you got to learn about us, I have just entered Facebook. Now I'll click on this submit form, and here you can see our response has been recorded. And now I will go to my Google Sheet to see if any new row is added on it or not. So this was the Google Sheet that I had created, and you can see a new row is successfully added with all the details that I have filled in my form. And now I will go and check the email ID to see if we have received any new mail regarding the webinar or not. So this was my email ID, and here you can see we have received this following email saying hi testing user, and you can see these are all the details with which we have received this email right now. So this means that the workflow that I had created with the help of Pabbly Connect is working all good. So now I will show you guys how I created this and how you can also create this workflow. And for that, you just have to go on the new tab and enter pabbly.com/connect, and then you will land on this landing page of Pabbly Connect, wherein on this top right corner you can see we got two different options, sign in and sign up free. If you are a new user, then you have to click on the sign up free button, and from here you can create your free account. And for your information, let me tell you that Pabbly Connect gives every new user 100 free tasks every month to create such amazing automation and explore our application. And if you are an existing user, so you just have to click on this sign in button. But before moving further, let me just give you a quick briefing about Pabbly's Facebook community. Pabbly has an amazing Facebook community of more than 20,000 subscribers, wherein individuals post their doubts and ask their queries, which in return are answered by our experts. So if you also want to become part of such an amazing community, then for you I have attached the link of our community in the description box of this video. You can go and join our community from there. So now, being an existing user, I'll just simply click on this sign in button, and here you can see I have landed on this all apps page of Pabbly, wherein Pabbly has these 7 different applications, but today we will be using Pabbly Connect. So I'll just click on this access now button, and here you can see we have landed on this dashboard of Pabbly Connect. On this right corner you can see there is the button to create workflow. I can click on this button and start building my workflow. And on this left corner you can see this plus button in front of folder option. By clicking on this plus button, I can create folders and store my workflows in those folders to stay organized. Now I'll click on this create workflow button, and here you can see these two workflow builders appear in front of me. First one is our new beta version, which is modern, faster and more flexible, and the other one is our classic version, which is stable and familiar approach. So for today's video, I'll select this new beta version. Now this dialog box appears in front of me. So first of all, I will give a meaningful name to my workflow as automatically send webinar follow-up emails from Google Sheets using Gmail. Now from this option, I will select the folder in which I want to store my workflow, and now I'll click on this create button, and here you can see our workflow is created successfully. And now this option, this add trigger button appears in front of me. This trigger button is basically the event on the occurrence of which our workflow starts. And after setting up this trigger button, we will get another principle on which our workflow is going to be based on, which is known as action button. And the action is the response towards our trigger. Trigger and actions are the two main concepts, or we can say the two building blocks on which the entire automation works. Trigger says whenever this happens, action says do this. So to help you better understand what these two different principles, trigger and action, are, let me discuss my objective for today's video. So today what I want is that whenever any new row is added to my Google Sheet, I want to send an email to that particular lead with the help of Gmail. So for today, my trigger application will be Google Sheet and my trigger event will be new or updated spreadsheet row, because I want that whenever any new row is created on my Google Sheet, I want my workflow to trigger instantly. So my trigger event will be new or updated spreadsheet row. Now I have to connect Google Sheet with Pabbly Connect, and for that I just have to click on this connect button, and you can see Pabbly Connect has given me this webhook URL with the help of which I can successfully connect Google Sheet with Pabbly Connect. So I have to copy this webhook URL given right here, and then I have to follow all these steps given right here to connect my Google Sheets account with Pabbly Connect. So if you want to connect your account, then you can simply follow these steps and connect your account with Pabbly Connect. But now I will show you directly how to connect your Google Sheets with Pabbly Connect. And as we all know that there is a native integration between Google Forms and Google Sheet, so I will go to the Google form that I have created for my website, and you can also create this form easily by going on googleforms.com. And now when I will go on this responses button, you can see here the option to link this form to Sheet is given to me. Now I will click on this button and I will select an existing spreadsheet, as I have already created a spreadsheet also for this particular webinar. But if you want to create a new spreadsheet, then from this create button you can create a new spreadsheet. But as I already have a spreadsheet, so I will click this select existing spreadsheet, and now I will select this option. And here you can see these are all the sheets that I have created for myself. Now I will select this webinar sheet 01 and I will insert this sheet, and here you can see this is our sheet and it has all the columns that I have created in my form: full name, email ID, mobile number, and this question, how you got to learn about us. And because I have to connect this Google Sheet with Pabbly Connect, so for that you have to click on this extension button, and then you have to go over this add-ons button, and then you have to click on this get add-ons. And after that, this Google Workspace Marketplace will open in front of you, and in the search bar you have to search for Pabbly Connect webhook, and this is the Pabbly Connect webhook. From here you have to install this Pabbly Connect webhook on your system, and then you have to go back on your sheet, and when you will refresh your sheet, then you have to go back again on this extension button, and then here in the end you can see the option of Pabbly Connect webhook is now available for us. Then you have to click on this initial step, and here you can see in this dialog box we have to fill up these two different fields: webhook URL and trigger column. For the webhook URL, you have to go back on your Pabbly Connect account, and you have to copy this webhook URL that Pabbly Connect had given you from here, and you have to go back to your sheet, and then you can simply paste that webhook URL here. And for this trigger column is actually the last column of your spreadsheet, in which if the detail is filled, then only the response of that particular row will go to Pabbly Connect. So you can see the last column of my spreadsheet is E, so I will simply type in E as the trigger column. But before clicking on this submit and send test, I will go back to the form that I had created. I will copy the link of this form from here, and again I will go back to the new tab and I will paste the link of that form here. I will open this form from here, and now here you can see this was the form that we had created. Now I'll simply fill up this form, and because we have linked this form with Google Sheet, so now whenever any new person will fill up this form, all of his details will get created as a new row in our Google Sheet. So you can see I have filled up the form. Now I will click on this submit button and our response has been recorded. Now I will go back to the sheet that we have created to see if a new row is created on the sheet or not. And here you can see in the background a new row with the timestamp is created on our Google Sheet. So now I will click on this send test button and our test data is sent successfully to Pabbly Connect. Now I will go back to the Pabbly Connect account and here you can see Pabbly Connect has received the response. This was the name of our lead, this was the email of our lead, this was the question that we had asked him, and this was the mobile number. This means that now Google Sheets is successfully connected to Pabbly Connect. But before moving further, we have to do one more step. We have to go back on our Google Sheet. We have to click on this submit button and now our setup is configured successfully. And then again, we have to go on this extension button. We have to click on this Pabbly Connect webhook and we have to click on this send on event button to allow Pabbly Connect to automatically detect data every time a new row is added to our Google Sheet. So now I will go back to my Pabbly Connect account and as our trigger application is connected successfully, so I will drag my mouse on this Google Sheet and here you can see this plus button appears in front of me. I have to click on this plus button and from here I can choose my action application and my action event. So for today, my action application will be Gmail and my action event will be send a mail. And now I have to click on this connect button to connect my Gmail account with Pabbly Connect. And here you can see these two options, add new connection and select existing connection, come in front of me. If I have already connected my account with Pabbly Connect, then I have to click on the select existing connection. But if I want to create a new connection, then I will click on this add new connection. But as I had already connected my account with Pabbly Connect, so I will go for this select existing connection and I will click on this save button. And here you can see our connection is saved successfully. Now I have to fill up these following fields to successfully complete our integration. And now to fill up these following fields, I will take help of mapping. You can do mapping by simply selecting the response that you have received in your previous step. So you can see Google Sheet was my trigger application. So when I will click on this drop down, you can see there are all the details that I had received in my previous step. So this was the email ID of my lead. So I will map this email ID from here and you can also create CC and BCC. But for now, I will skip these two options as they are not mandatory. And for sender name, I will enter the name of my organization as Pabbly. And now I will type in the subject of my email. So here I have typed in the subject of my email as thanks for joining our video editing webinar. Here's what next. And then I will add the content of our email. And here you can see I have also the content of my email as hi, thank you so much for attending our recent video editing masterclass. We loved having you with us. And now I want to make this email more personalized, and for that I want that every of my new lead receive an email with their own name in that particular email. So for that I will take help of mapping again, and to map data I will go again on the response that I had received in my previous step. And here you can see this was the name of my lead. So I have mapped the name of my lead, and in these two different options I can also add file name and attachment if I want to, but for now I will be skipping this. And here you can see I have filled up all of the required fields for the email that I want to send. And you must have observed that in some of the fields I have entered the data with the help of mapping, and in some of the fields I have entered the data manually. And you also must be wondering what exactly is mapping and when we use mapping. So in easy terms, mapping is we map data whenever we want that particular data to become dynamic. It means that whenever Pabbly Connect will detect any new data, it will automatically update that old data with the new captured data. But if I will fill the field manually like this email subject, then this data will not change automatically and it will remain static as long as we do not change it. This means that whenever we fill up these following fields, we have to maintain a balance. Like if I want some data to remain static, I will type it manually. But if I want some data to get changed automatically, like the number or name of the participant. So for that, I will map it. And now I hope you have understood what exactly mapping is. And you can also see I have filled up all of the following fields. So now I will click on this save and send test request button. And here you can see we have received a new response and the status of our email is sent. Now I will go back again to my Gmail account to see if I have received any new mail or not. So this was my Gmail account, and here you can see I have received this new email saying hi dummy user, and it also mentions all the details that I have typed in the content of my email. And this dummy user is exactly the name that we had received in the response in the new row of our Google Sheets. This means that from now onwards, whenever any new row will get created on my Google Sheets, an automatic email will be sent to that particular lead. And here you can see in simply 2 steps, I have created this amazing integration between Google Sheets and Gmail, in which whenever any new row will get created in my Google Sheets, an automatically follow-up email will be sent to that particular lead. So that's how you can also create such amazing automations with the help of Pabbly Connect. And if you want to clone this workflow, then for you I have added the link of this particular workflow in the description box of this video. So if you like this video, then please consider subscribing to Pabbly's YouTube channel, and thank you for watching this video. Not only these applications, you can integrate many more applications with the help of Pabbly Connect. Now, if you have any doubt, you can email us at support@pabbly.com. You can ask your queries at forum.pabbly.com. And if you have any pricing related issue, you can visit us at this given website here. Also, if you like this video, then please consider subscribing to our channel and sharing this video with our friends. Thank you.